This is good. All right. Hey, everybody, and welcome to YAE TV. This is so cool. Okay. All right. Self sabotage sucks. Good evening. Let me say first up the weather here is straight crazy. There is thunder and lightning, and Mother Nature is doing her thing. And so, if there is uh, a technical interruption, it is not me. It is Big Mama Mother Nature, and so I just wanted everybody to know that. Okay, so because she is doing her thing. Okay, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. This is You Are Exquisite. I like to call this YAE TV on the YouTube, and let's get right into it. I want to get into self sabotage because self sabotage sucks. You Are Exquisite is a personal development brand, a personal growth platform, a safe space for us to talk about emotional blocks and emotional stuff that I've certainly struggled with, and that I have worked through and continue to do so. And I wanted to create a platform where like-minded folks can come together and work through those blocks, basically to get on with it so you can go on and pursue your visions, your goals, your dreams, accomplish, advance, and achieve. That's it. Let's work through the crap and learn to release it and come together in a network of people doing so unapologetically, and go on with our lives, right? So that's what YAE is, and that's what the platform is here to do. Self sabotage. I always like to start off by defining it is what we are speaking to. Self sabotage. This is a noun, this is a thing. Okay, this is from dictionary.com. Self sabotage is the act or habit of behaving in a way that interferes directly with one's own goals, well being, relationships, etc., such as comfort eating, procrastination, and or lashing out at others, as well as so many other issues, events, and concerns. So that's what this is. Self sabotage for me began when I was really very young. And for me, it was what I like to call a vapor. Um, you tend to absorb the environment uh, that you are in. It's only natural, and so that environment is naturally going to affect uh, uh, that child. And so that's I grew up in that type of environment, and I definitely have dealt with this and have worked through a lot of it. Have written books about it, and now I hope to help you to work through it, deal with it, and move on from it. Okay. So self sabotage, behavior patterns where either consciously or unconsciously keep us from being our best selves. We literally stagnate ourselves for one reason or another. And as I said today on a post that I did, and thank you guys for liking and commenting and stuff. Time is short, and it's also sacred. And I'm a bit older, so it's even more sacred to me. Uh, but I get it. Like when you're young and you're doing your thing, and these behaviors might be um, unconscious, and you might not even be aware of them. And I would say if you are not progressing, if you are not in a forward energy, if you are not propelling yourself forward, if it's something that you need to check, if you need to check yourself in a certain area, if something, and only you know what it is, but if something is holding you back, something or someone or an environment is holding you back, is um, causing you to doubt yourself. How about that? Causing you to suppress, causing you to repress, causing you to um, uh, limit, think low of, not believe in yourself. I would say take a look at that. And that is one of the first attributes to dealing with this stuff, is being able to honestly and personally, this is not a loud exercise. This is not, it can be, but it doesn't have to be. This is not something that, you have to tell everyone. These are internal strategies to deal with an internal issue. Okay, so if you're in an environment where working through these things would be challenged, and you would face even more ridicule and that sort of thing, then you might want to just keep it to yourself, as I did, and work quietly and to yourself, but deliberately and consistently. So, self sabotage, this pattern of behavior where you are consciously or unconsciously screwing yourself. Okay. So, my first book is called Don't Beat Yourself Up, You're Already Beat Up. And I go into my story extensively and how self sabotage impacted my life, and the roots of it and stuff like that. Negative self talk. Wow. That's a big one. And especially for females. Females are, of course, conditioned uh, to embody a certain physicality, and there are clearly it's getting better now, of course, but there have been um, artificial models of beauty and beauty standards and what is beautiful and what is not, and yada yada and all that. So negative self-talk, um, and figuring that out and trying to catch yourself when you're doing it, right? Um, this is where the work comes in. This is embracing the exquisite within you is not um, external. I mean, it is. That's great. I love it. But embracing the exquisite within you is an internal exercise, an internal discipline, an internal practice, and you will receive internal results. Okay. So when we, as I say in my book, You Are Exquisite, when you educate your emotions, you elevate your existence. And that might make some people uncomfortable around you, but that's life. Negative self talk and limiting beliefs are central to self sabotage. Okay. So we have to be courageous enough to go inside and assess conditions. I 100 years ago, I used to be I used to be a flight attendant, and one of the uh, core components of training, at least at that time, was to assess conditions. And we were trained to assess conditions forward, rear, and that's what you do. And that is a metaphor for life as well. Assess conditions. It is imperative to assess conditions. How are you thinking about you? When you look in the mirror, what do you see, and what do you say to who you see? That. And of course, we are bombarded with uh, uh, messages and marketing and advertising, and you need this to look like this, and you need to do this to be this, and oh boy, you got to buy this to get to this and all of that. So we know that that is out there more so than ever before now as we live in our digitized world. Again, I kind of come from the rotary dial. And I love rotary dial. Do not hate on rotary dial. I love rotary dial. And so that's my era that I come from. I own it. And imagery and so many messages were just not as intense, not as vociferous. And you kind of could shut it off, like the rotary dial. You could just pick up the thing and put it on the thing, and no calls came in. Now that doesn't happen. So we have a tremendous amount of information and data and misinformation and disinformation and marketing and advertising and all this kind of stuff coming at us constantly 24/7. It's hard to shut off. So becoming aware of that, what is noise, what is not noise, what is necessary, what is not necessary, and trying to filter that out and really getting to the core of you. This is work. This is work. It's internal work. It's a commitment to yourself, as I was saying on one of my videos, as I was sweating it out on the track. And thank you guys for putting up with me and my crazy workout videos. This is work. It's work for you, by you, to you, and with you. It is a very selfish endeavor. I like to refer to it as healthy selfishness. Because if you are not ready, if you are not right up here, if you do not know, and I mean, look, I mean, no to the cells of your bone marrow. I don't care how you look. I don't care if you are a broke exquisite. I don't care right now if you're a faking exquisite. You faking it. I don't care. You have to know from your deepest sense of self that you are exquisite. I truly believe when you know this, you move different. You move better. It's incremental. It's small. These are whispers. You begin to trust. You begin to trust your instincts. You begin to stand taller. You begin to look clearer. You begin to look that person in the eye as opposed to looking down. Unapologetically. You move different. You don't react. You don't live in a headspace of reaction. You think and you respond if you choose to. So knowing you're exquisite is an internal discipline of self-love, personal growth, personal development, and self-care. That's what it is. And self-sabotage is, of course, the opposite of that. And that's why I wanted to get to this one first, because this is such a big one. It's like, when you're pulling the weeds and it doesn't want to come out, and you got to put your gloves on and really dig it out and get in there. Self-sabotage. It's a deep root. It can be. Maybe it's not an issue for you, and good if it isn't. But if it is, and if this is relatable to you in any capacity, I advise you to check out my books. You can find them on Amazon. I have the Linktree link on the bio. Life and time is sacred and short, and you are exquisite, whether you're a billionaire or whether you're broke. And we all have things that we must deal with in order to have a quality of life up here. I'm not talking about a handbag or a shoe. I'm not talking about a suit or fabulous linens. All are wonderful. I love it. I love it all. But this is way deeper and way more meaningful. And once you acquire this mindset, in which I call a lifestyle, no one can take it away from you. Okay? So the critical inner voices, when you look at the mirror and you see a blemish, oh, I've got a zit or whatever it is, love it. I'm asking you to love, and I've got some questions for you later. I'm asking you to love every bump, every lump. I'm asking you to love every pound. I'm asking you to love every nap of the hair. I'm asking you to love every perceived imperfection. I sure am. I sure am. I'm asking you to love yourself sweaty. I'm asking you to love yourself however you perceive yourself to be flawed, and lean in on it and work through it. And here at YAE TV on Sundays, we're going to be here to deal with this stuff. I know it's not the prettiest stuff in town. Well, hi there in chat. Let me come to the chat. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. And thank you so much, Tanya. Yes, yes. Dealing with multiple sclerosis. Wow. And knowing you are exquisite as you navigate that ailment. And how you consciously and unconsciously work that. And from the depths of you, knowing, no matter what we're dealing with, you are exquisite, and multiple sclerosis can never, not even touch it, let alone take it away from you. That's the essence of this mindset. I truly believe this is game changing. This is life changing. It's something that we all have, but we need to tap into it, because we have been, just as the book, as my first book said, we have been so beat up. We have been so beat up, and especially women. And yet we are there for everyone. We are the facilitators. Let's face it. We get things done. We get it done. But how much do we do for ourselves? How much self-sabotage do we incorporate in our own existence? This was something that was very challenging for me. And frankly, it still is. There are days when I don't want to work out, and I know I need to work out. I know I need to do that for my health, for my viability, as much as I can. And yet, I tend to be a procrastinator. I have to talk myself, when I hear that in my head, the excuses and the justification of whatever excuse pops up. I have the skills and the tools to self-correct and whatever it may be. And that, no, I know I am exquisite. I know this is what I need. This is what I require. And in order to become the person that I need to be to advance, accomplish, and achieve the goals, the visions, and the dreams that I have set forth for myself, this is what I need to do in order to become that person, to get it done for me, not for anyone else. For you. That's what this is. Amen. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's exactly what it is. And as women, we are knee jerk in our desire and ability to do for others. It's a very knee jerk. We want to facilitate and help. It's in our nature. We're women, we're moms, we're grandmoms. Even if you're not, kid moms, you're a pet mom, or you're a plant mom, or you're a house mom. Houses require tender, loving care. You don't have to give birth. I know we're hearing a lot of that these days, which is a very weird conversation, by the way. One of these pods will do the political thing, but this is not that moment. But as women, we are natural nurturers. I know when I see a baby in the grocery store, I'm like, "Hi, baby, how you doing?" It's just natural. It's not my kid, but it is my kid. You know what I mean? It's like I feel an innate energy to protect that baby. That's what the essence of the feminine is. And so, can we reallocate that energy to ourselves? Just like it is innate for me to say, "Hi, baby, precious baby, how you doing?" Take that same tone inward. Have that same patience, have that same love and gentle care inward, as we naturally and innately reach outward. And that's what You Are Exquisite is. Catching those vaporized habits of limiting beliefs, catching them and saying, it's got to go. It's just got to go. Because in order to be who you need to be to facilitate your visions, your dreams, your goals, carrying all that weight and burdensome toxicity that really is not even yours. A lot of it is environmental. Things that we've watched people, well meaning, things that we've watched people do and be and become, we've absorbed. And how to filter through that in a very compassionate and loving way, to love on ourselves as deeply and as profoundly as we love those in our lives and others. That's what it's about. So self-sabotage. Self-sabotage is this negative mindset, this knee-jerk negativity, which leads me to my next point of, and I won't hold y'all long, I know everybody's busy, which leads me to my next point of procrastination and avoidance. This is this procrastination and avoidance. Have you ever put the bill in the drawer and let's just act like it wasn't mailed and it's not in the drawer? I can't believe I'm saying this. I've done that. So, yeah, like just get the bill, got the bill, got the drawer for the bill. The bill comes. I don't even open it. I just put the bill in the drawer, and then it comes where I have to deal with the bill, and then you deal with the bill. And by then, of course, it's too late, and it's just a mess. And and so that is self sabotage. Got the purse, and you got the bill. And love the purse, but avoid the bill. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that. So, yeah. So being honest about that, and that's why I wanted to create this platform to be able to have a safe space to like come in and be like, oh my God, I can't believe, yes, yes, I know. Like I do that. It's embarrassing to admit, but I've done that and it's stupid. Okay. And so it suppresses the essence of you. It is manufactured. It is environmental conditioning, being governed by um, cosmetics and the external, instead of having self knowledge, self discipline, self care, self love. So self sabotage just obliterates all of the above. So uh, let's call out the stupid behaviors, conscious or unconscious. Let's call them out. Let's not make any excuses. And when we do find ourselves making excuses, look, we can look in the mirror. Okay. Okay. I know what this is. I know what this energy is. This is the excuse energy. And instead of allowing that to govern you, and instead of allowing that to uh, create more tentacle behaviors to even deepen the self sabotage, you face it and you feel it and you free yourself from it. So, catching the self sabotaging behaviors, hopefully preventive, but if you are in the act of them, just being able to be aware, just being able to be aware of what you're doing, because you're doing it to yourself. And it's keeping you from being that higher you, that greater you, that purposed you. It's actually suppressing that, your real essence, in order to facilitate some cosmetic, marketing, advertising, bombardment, that we're all living amongst and dealing with. And being able to filter that from the discipline you, where you can figure out how to unravel that self sabotage by facing it, by feeling it, and by freeing yourself from it. In other words, addressing it and navigating it and not repeating it and bringing it up to the surface is a big part. And being able to have platforms like this, like where we can talk about this stuff and just kind of literally just put it in the middle of the table, put a big bright light on it and just laugh at it. Like, I really think that really is the best medicine to deal with this. Okay. Self sabotage sucks. Catch it in yourself. Even if you don't deal with it in that moment, at least be honest with yourself enough to say, okay, I know what this energy is. I know what this energy is. And I'll be damned if this energy is going to continue to govern me. Even if you don't deal with it in that moment, deal with it. Because you know what? Now that you have platforms like these, like it'll like gnaw at you. Like me, I'm literally just gonna like annoy you with it, right? Because I want you to be your best self, and engaging in that self-sabotaging sucks energy is suppressing the essence of who you really are. So let's not allow that to govern us, no matter what we're dealing with. No matter what we're dealing with, at your core, You are exquisite. And once you tap into that energy, no one can take that away from you. I'm India E, and you are exquisite. Join me 6 p.m. Eastern time here on the YouTube, and let's keep the conversation going. I love this. Without you, there is no You Are Exquisite. You Are Exquisite is the platform built for us to come in here and talk about things that really kind of don't get talked about a lot, so that we can kind of laugh at this stuff, right? And create community as we do. I thank you, Miss Tanya, in the chat room, and we are praying for you and defeating multiple sclerosis. And you are exquisite. I'll see you guys next Sunday right here on the YouTube at You Are Exquisite 365. If this information is relatable to you, if you know of someone who might need to hear this or listen to this video, please share it. Please subscribe and leave comments if you will. I grow when I hear from you. And I will do my best to respond, because that's what this is all about. We're here to support each other as we navigate this crazy world that we are all blessed to be a part of at this moment. Wow, this is an amazing time to be alive. Thank you so much in the chat, Ms. Tanya. Thank you so very much. And we love you, and we are praying for you as you navigate and beat multiple sclerosis. I'm India E. You are exquisite.